beginning of the end for the Department of Education. President Trump is expected to sign that executive order calling for the shutdown of the agency. The move is sure to incite a legal firestorm as the president tries to fulfill his goal to shrink down the federal government. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey has more from Capitol Hill this morning. So, Tom, what's the White House saying about this order? Is it happening today?
Yeah, there's going to be a signing ceremony potentially happening later today at the White House, Markie. And if our viewers are wondering sort of what's the goal with this executive order to dismantle the Department of Education, well, President Donald Trump in the past has spoken about wanting to give much more power to the states over what happens in the classroom. Now, this does bring some concerns that we've heard about on the front lines of this issue. Some 49 million students are in traditional public schools that depend heavily on federal assistance. And to put that in perspective, about 10 to 14% of these public schools' budgets go toward important programs and staff that oversee critical policies, specifically Title I, anti-discrimination policies, assistance for low-income students, free lunches, and a really big one, the IDEA program, which ensures protections for students with disabilities. Colleges get bigger chunks of cash through grants or financial aid, and that could be pulled as well. Then there's the oversight of for-profit colleges and Pell Grants and the $1.6 trillion in federal student loans that could potentially be impacted. One thing that will not be impacted through all this, curriculum as well as learning standards, since those are already generally handled at state and local levels. But President Donald Trump is determined to fill his years-long promise.
We have a dream, and you know what the dream is? We're going to move the Department of Education. We're going to move education into the states so that the states, instead of bureaucrats working in Washington, so that the states can run education.
So again, we're expecting this executive order to be signed dismantling the Department of Education. But Markie, an important note here, to fully eliminate the department, that's going to take an official act of Congress to do so. Markie?
And Tom, what are some of the other big reasons that President Trump is pointing to as reasons for these changes? I know, budgets, test scores, that's got to have something to do with it.
Absolutely. Look, the Department of Education has the third largest allocation of the budget in the entire federal government. And President Donald Trump has accused the Department of Education of being wasteful, but it goes beyond that. Republicans here on Capitol Hill also point to falling test scores across the country. We want to show you some of these scores and sort of the pushback with this issue right here. The most recent national assessment of educational progress showed average math scores for 8th graders unchanged from 2022, but a third of 8th graders across the country scored below basic levels in reading. That's more than ever in the history of this assessment. But again, there's some concerns about all this. The American Federation of Teachers says the cuts are, quote, an attack on opportunity. And really over the last few weeks and months, ever since President Trump took office, the Department of Education has already been the target of cuts and layoffs. About half the staff within the department has been laid off or accepted buyout offers. So a lot of changes when it comes to education on the horizon here across the country, Markie.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.